Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to my new venture presentation. Please take a seat. Welcome John and Emma. Special mention welcome to Matthew Spence from PwC as well as Stephen Goodnall from venture capitalist firm Index Ventures. Wonderful to see you all, and Emma, if you can please take minutes as normal. As you know, I'm currently in Tokyo, so we'll be on Zoom, and I have put you all on mute. Okay, is everyone ready? We shall begin. So today's presentation, as we said, is on our new venture. And our presentation will be an introduction, followed by our value proposition and canvas, our mind map and how the researcher's characteristics filled into that mind map, our SWOT analysis, some identifications on our innovations and opportunity, overcoming our weaknesses and our threats, identifying a couple of potential barriers, and our summary. So our introduction of the organisation. It's an organisation we have called Sponsor First, with a tagline, putting sponsors first. The gap, there was a lot of software out there. It's very much highly priced and out of the reach of most sporting clubs at non-elite level. It's a market driven heavily by the US, and that brings with it its own challenges. So therefore we've come up with an idea to dominate the Australian market with an effective price-driven sponsorship management software program that understands the Australian market, but importantly is scalable depending on the needs of the market it's going to. This will be seen as a disruptive new venture creation with a new old approach. It is certainly a product that's out there in the market right now, but more internationally, and we will adapt that and mold it to the needs of the Australian market. So from our value proposition, we put together a value proposition canvas. The point of this being to ensure that we have a product that's positioned around what the customer needs and values. And from that, we came up with a value proposition, which reads, at Sponsor First, we provide all encompassing sponsor management software to help sporting clubs to solve their problem of managing their sponsorships effectively and comprehensively. In turn, achieving peace of mind and staying ahead of the competition by retaining and recruiting sponsorships in perpetuity and having a positive impact on the local economy, unlike software and businesses in other countries who cannot beat our service, price, and local base and knowledge. From here, we went into a mind map, and the way we approach this is we put sponsor first at the centre, and then we went around the how, the when, the what, the why, the where, and the who. And really importantly from this mind map, what we discovered, there's a real opportunity to rapidly expand the software from local to state to national to international. The breakdown within the who is relevant to any location. In other words, irrelevant whether you're here in the US or in Europe. Within the who, there's always sporting clubs, community clubs. Within that, there's always presidents, administrators, sponsorship management executives, all of which exist within those structures. So therefore there is a market wherever we go in whatever country. We then fed the researcher's characteristics into this mind map, and it was very encouraging because the researcher has a very high openness facet and trait. Within that also imagination, therefore lends itself to being able to be very creative with the software. High scores in the facets around self-efficacy, achievement striving, and self-discipline under conscientiousness ensures the researcher can keep the project on time and achieve set objectives and benchmarks. We then progressed into a SWOT analysis, and from that we pulled out some key insights that feed into our value proposition. From our strengths and weaknesses, we identified that the personal knowledge of the industry is key to enable knowing the problems the clients have and that they need to solve. We need to ensure there must be a focus on all of our marketing on being Australian based, owned and operated. This is a key point of difference to our competitors. We need to have an engagement strategy with our developer. The value proposition is very much built on trust and what the software can do, not what it can't. Therefore, we need a developer that is invested in the success of the business. And the fact that the transfer of data over from manual or other programs needs to be effortless and most importantly safe to drive home peace of mind. That again is a key point in our value proposition. We went through our opportunities and threats. From that, we identified that post-COVID, there's absolutely a drive to support local economy over and above all others, and that again will be a key driver within our value proposition. Franchising to expand is very much within strategic growth and great opportunity. However, when we do that, we still need to do so with knowledgeable and local teams on the ground to maintain, again, the fact that we know the local markets. Within the threats, data breaches, how we protect clients' data is key to peace of mind. And the fact we can't be beaten on price, it's something we promote heavily, and we will be able to undercut our US mainly competitors. So why our idea represents innovation and business opportunity? A couple of key things here. This is a low-end disruption innovation. We are going to claim a smaller, less revenue-driven market initially. In other words, the community and local state sporting clubs arena. This is an arena that the larger companies in the US especially don't care about, nor do they even know about. We'll have fewer overheads, and we'll have a product that will be made for the Australian market. We've got the best strategies around innovation. We've got great people who've got well-rounded business skills, and we've got hands-on experience in this area of sponsorship. We're going to overcome weaknesses and threats, and a couple of here that we've identified. As we've said before, the developer and the vital role that they play is essential, because without the software, both in development stage and ongoing with clients, this will stop in its tracks. So we would mitigate this with a shareholder agreement to ensure that the developer is invested in the business to enable it to succeed, to hit objectives and benchmarks. Within data breaches, again, we'll ensure that we invest heavily in cybersecurity to be seen as trustworthy, and to again go that one level above all others to ensure that we protect the data that we've been entrusted with. A couple of potential barriers we've identified. Within the entrepreneurial scripture, there is a leaning towards building an appropriate founding team and recruit knowledgeable workers. Obviously, that's a utopian approach to be able to recruit across many sectors early on. However, that will put additional pressure on HR capabilities and wages and require more capital, which in our startup stage as a low-end disruption, it's just not viable from our perspective. So we will make very clever decisions and bring in contractors and when we need to, and we'll ensure we do it with the leanest possible personnel. Our second barrier that we've identified within the literature on entrepreneurship is a fear of failure, which can be a barrier and hinder and control the choices that are made. However, we also identified that to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to have an element of risk, and therefore we will create an environment where we can channel that fear of failure into more due diligence, and therefore that will create a space where more informed decisions can be made and a safer environment in case they do fail. In summary, Sponsor First is a disruptive, new old innovation that is desperately needed for the Australian market of sponsorship management. There has never been a more important time in this current economic climate to manage, monitor, and constantly review sponsorships within clubs. Retention is the most cost-effective practice alongside recruitment of new business, which is also essential for growth and stability. Sponsor First software is innovative in its offerings, and it will quickly show its value to the client. I'd love to end the first board meeting with a handshake between Matthew Spence from PwC and Stephen Goodnow from Index Ventures as a commitment to work together for the future of this venture. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies. Thank you all. And I look forward to your questions and your investment in Sponsor First, putting sponsors first.